We are. What? It will be in a second. Oh, yeah, you're online right now. You're online right now. Yeah. All right, ready?
Okay, folks, once again, here we go. Welcome to Leavenworth High School, the C&B tournament. This here is a consolation game from two of the losing teams from last night. I was here, and I tell you, folks, they play like winners. These kids are always putting their heart out there. This is Harley Riddle, voice of the Pioneers. Today we got Washington versus the Hornets of North Kansas City. And I tell you, they played really hard last night. Washington won the tournament last year. Now they're battling for the third place spot. And it looks like a slow start, dished out to the outside there, thrown out already. Kick back in, North Kansas City Hornets. And it looks like we have our first foul of the day. Looks like that was Bassett on the penalty there. Driving down, that's Clater with the ball, pass to the outside, and it is lost. Looks like they're matching moves. Going to the outside there. The other team did the exact same thing just a few moments ago. Both of these teams had a really impressive defensive stand last night, but unfortunately came up on the wrong end of the winning stick. And so here they're battling for third place. Now, if you're not familiar with this tournament, it is a three-day tournament between 8 teams. Everybody gets 3 games, battling out from a first to an 8th place berth. It is hosted by the Leavenworth Pioneers here at the Leavenworth High School. Wonderful facilities here. Pass around the outside, number 13. Out to Travion. Driving up the middle. Misses, still touched, and goes out of bounds. It looks like, Washington's going to have possession again. No scores so far. Inbound by Travion. Passed around, is being bobbled. Caught up in the middle, dish it back out to the outside, the number 44. Trying to slow the pace, trying to get on the board for the first time. And off the rim is rejected, rebounded by number 20. Covered up in the middle, kicked back out to the outside. Drive up to the paint. Off to the outside, in for the first score of the day. That's number 30. That's King with the first score. Clater is sort of the captain out here on the line for the Hornets. Drives deep in, and it just rolls right out of the rim. As Washington drives back down, number 13, and it is called. Penalty on Washington. So now the Hornets will have possession of the ball. Try and get it back down the line. Popped out the number 23, back out the number 24. Fired all the way down the number 50. But it went right out of bounds. Unfortunately, couldn't save that. That was Volbrecht trying to save it. Number 35 up for three, and it is no good. Rebounded by big number 20. Up and down, still not in. It looks like it was off a Hornet, so Washington will be inbounding. Both these teams love this game. They play their heart out. Popped all the way out to number 30, out to number 35. Looks like Washington's loading up the outside. Fired up the middle of number 20. It is incomplete. Did not happen. Recovered by the Hornets. That's White coming down the line. Kicked into Clater. Calling the shots, driving up to the inside. And it looks like we have another foul against Washington. This one's going to bring him to the line. Oh, correction, that is not going to bring him to the line. That's actually going to be an inbound. Washington's already got 2 fouls. Sorry, folks, had some audio difficulty there, but we are back online here. Number 15 on the line for the Hornets. That's Hopkins. Missed his first. Number 45, Wilson, checks in for Washington. Second shot for Hopkins. And it's good. That puts the Hornets on the board. Washington coming back down. Big number 45 up in the middle. In and out. Rebounded by number 15, Hopkins, once again. Out from the outside. It is not good. Rebounded by Clater. Once again, not good. Pick up baseline foul. It's going to be Washington's possession, heading back down the court. So the first foul for North Kansas City. Up for three, in and down. That was number 35 for Sharp. Sharp played very well last night. And looks like the basket does not count. That was a push by number 4, Mays. But the basket did not count. Clater for the inbound. Popping it out, number 23, White. White and Robinson were very active last night, as well as Clater. Clater led the team last night in scores, rebounds, and pretty much everything. Hard charge down the line by Washington. Out top of the key, dishing it all the way around to number 35. Cutting it inside. Number 45 rejected at the basket. And it looks like Washington will have possession still because it went off number 54, Austin of the Hornets. Drive up the middle is still nothing going down. Turning into a very physical game early on. Big number 45 up with the jumper. In for two. That was Wilson for his first score of the day. Claytor driving down up in the middle of the Hopkins. And it looks like we got a penalty. Yes, we do. A nice foul. 2-shot for Hopkins at the line again. It's the second time at the line. He was 1 for 2 on his first venture to the line. So Washington already off to foul trouble. And he's good for another one. Last night, both these teams had very low-scoring games, but they were very, very defensive games as well, though. So number 4 driving it back down one more time, trying to get up in the paint early. Number 45 once again. Another score for Wilson. Looks like Dominic working very strong at the center's position. Back out to Robinson. Kicked over to White. Back out to Claytor. Back out to Robinson. And it looks like it was off a Washington defender. So Claytor will be inbounding for the Hornets. That ball's up and deep. Back down to Robinson. Looking to slow the pace. Strategically place their players. Up in the middle. Hopkins deflected. Ball covered up in the middle. It's like that was number 4. Mays tried to cover up the ball, but the Hornets did end up with possession. Claytor will inbound. Probably going to look for one of his favorites. There it is, Jazz White on the outside. Picked up by number 4, Mays. Kicked back into number 30. Onto the inside. Stomped down with the assist for Wilson. And as always, an assisted dunk or a dunk nonetheless will always bring the crowd to life. Thrown all the way to the outside to Robinson. Back out to Claytor, who slows them down, settles them down. Inadvertent jump ball right up the middle. Back out to Mays, number 4. Onto the outside, into the inside to big man number 45. Sits up, rebounded by big number 20. Correction, number 11. Assist by Wilson once again. This is quickly turning into the Wilson show. And we have a timeout taken by North Kansas City. Looks to be a 30-second timeout. Remember, folks, 810varsity.com. You can find all these games from this tournament, especially the semifinals and finals. Semifinals are tonight. And they're going to be between Leavenworth High School and Raytown South is the second semifinal game. The first semifinal game is between Nixa, Missouri High School and Hogan. That proves to be a high-scoring game. All 4 of those teams beat their opponents by 30-plus points. And earlier tonight, the game that was televised but not audio was between Wyandotte and Highland. Highland defeated crushed Wyandotte 87-45. Ouch. I'm sure that they're going to look at that and work on it. But they'll still get their third game tomorrow, and when they'll be playing for 7th and 8th place. So hopefully they can bring something out of this. If nothing else, experience and camaraderie with other players from other teams. You know, they a lot of this is about friendship and competition. But you know, they have, all these young men share a kindred. Up for 3, that was Jazz White. They share a kindred for this game. They love it more than most. And that ball went out off a defender for Washington, so it will be inbounded. Looks like Robinson will be bringing it in. Clater on the outside, kicking it back into Robinson. Excuse me, not Robinson. Back out to White, now to Robinson. Out to Hopkins. Working hard. Haven't seen much action from number 41 for the Hornets in the center. And just as you say that, he covers up for a rebound. Coming back down, Mays has control of the ball. Kicks it out to number 15. They're looking deep inside for number 45. They have someone guarding that. When they have someone the size of Wilson up in the middle there, they feel more comfortable firing off the shots because he's there to rebound. So the Hornets inbound. Jazz White coming down the line. Looking to slow everything down, get everybody set up. Out to Clater. Back out to Hopkins. Clater up the middle with a jump, rejected by number 45, Wilson. Still recovered by Jazz White. Back out to the outside to Hopkins. Out to Robinson once more. They're rolling around the key, trying to make sure they don't make the same mistake twice. Kicked out for three. And looks like Clater drew the penalty. That's Coach London on his first foul. He's looking to check out, but apparently someone else is going to check out for him. There we go. Number 14 checking into the game. That's Bassett. And it looks like that foul is actually going to bring Clater to the line. He was relatively successful last night on the line against Kansas City. Against Leavenworth. He was their main scorer last night. Don't have the exact numbers that he did, but he kept poise under pressure and did very well. He's 2 for 2 now. So Mays is holding on to the ball, covered up by Cusick. Excuse me, that's Cusick, number 3. Looking for the up and out with number 45 up under the middle. He is knocked down, taken down. No penalty. That is the end of the first period. Score is 13-8 in favor of Washington. Okay, folks, end of the first period. Score is 13-8 in favor of Washington over the North Kansas City Hornets. The Citizens National Bank has sponsored this tournament since 1995. Citizens National Bank is family-owned, independent financial service organization with a strong commitment to the community which we serve. Locations with 24-hour ATMs in Leavenworth and Lansing, as well as online banking. Citizens is proud sponsor of Leavenworth and Lansing webcasts this season. Citizens National Bank, member FDIC. So we're going to get this started. Washington's going to be inbounding. Allen drops it into Mays. Mays up in the center. Popped in once again. And it's up for another 2 for Wilson. That puts him into double digits. He now has 10 points in the game. 10 of the 15 points that Washington has came from him. Jazz White covered up pretty good. Into Clater up the middle. And it looks like a push. inadvertent as it may be, on number 14. That's Bassett. That's going to bring Clater to the line. That's 7 fouls for Washington. Last night they got in foul trouble too in both first and second halves of the game. Now they're up to 8. So pretty soon the bonuses are going to kick in. And Clater in for another extra point on the free throw line there. And down for 2. So Clater now has 4 points in the game. Good ball movement by Washington, moving around to the outside. Out for 3 for number 15, and he is down. That's his first three-pointer of the day. It's funny and almost ironic when you see the penalties, the fouls. Whenever either of the teams foul, the first thing the players look at is their coaches is like, what did I do? Number 4, Mays, he looked at his coach like, what did I do? And it turns out that it was a penalty, a foul. He didn't feel that he caused. Looks like we may have a scoring issue here. One moment, we'll see if we can figure this out. All right, that was a missed field goal there, if you would. A missed free throw. You have to excuse me, folks. I'm still trying to get my basketball legs on. Out for 3 is declined. Kicked right back out to Clater. Brings it back down for the Hornets. This is my second night doing basketball commentary. Brand new thing for me, and I'm glad to be sharing that with the masses. Dish back out to Clater once again. Number 50 up in the inside looking to try something. Shot on the outside by Jazz White. Doesn't go anywhere. Mays at the top of the key, back out to number 22. Up and down, no good. Picked up by number 15. Carried up by Jusic. He's heading down the field, trying to make something happen. The ball is stripped out. Dish back out. Clater in for 3. In for 2. He's now at 6 points for the night so far. Ball around to the outside. That's Mays. Back out to number 22. That's Gaines. He hasn't had any points tonight yet. So after that little mess up, the Hornets will get possession back, bringing it back down. Kicking it back into Robinson. Washington trying to apply the pressure now. Out to Robinson. In good for 2. That's Robinson's actual first score of the night. Back out. Into the big man. It is mistipped, and he picks it back up, drives up the middle, and in for a layup. Once again. And it looks like Bassett is checked in for Wilson. That was Bassett's first score. I apologize there, folks. So that foul's on number 14, Bassett. Last night, Jusic was rather silent in the play. I don't believe he had any scores last night. He was very active, played the entire game, all the way down to the last minute. Did not hit the free throw line at all last night. Here he is up for 2 right now. He's 0 for 1 and 0 for 2, unfortunately. Yeah. And Wilson checks back into the game for Washington. And a quick dish to the outside, mishandled, gives the ball back to the Wildcats. So number 13 checks in. That's Travion. Checks in for Mays. Fadeaway jumper is no good. And after that foul, the Wildcats will be able to bring it in. Excuse me, folks, fighting the cold here. If I slow down on the broadcasting, I hope that you forgive me. Just trying to keep it as accurate as possible. It looks like we have a traveling. And on number 30, King, he also looked at the coaches. What did I do? Well, you walked a little too far. Robinson bringing it down the line. Little razzle-dazzle up the side there. Kicked into Hopkins in the middle. Off the lower board there, didn't quite make the basket. Number 13 driving hard. And that is in for 2. That's Travion. Not sure if it's Trevelyan or Travion. Either way, it's 2 points for the Wildcats. Back to the outside to Robinson, off the rim. Picked up, driving back down once again. Here comes Travion. Popped out to the outside. Shooting it on the 3 is a miss. Picked up by Jusic. He has really picked up his game tonight. Clater with the ball, bringing it down. Slowing down the pace a little bit. Washington has had control of the scoreboard all night long. They have not relinquished their lead, and they're trying not to. Number 24, Robinson, rejected by Wilson. Drive up the middle by number 30, rejected by Clater. Clater running down the field, trying to get down there. There's a Hopkins in for 2.
2 points to Travion Hopkins.
That's 5 points on the game for Hopkins right there. Up to the big man in the middle. Rolling around. Saved by Clater. Oh! And rebounded off the defender back into the bleachers. So that will still be a possession for the Hornets. Clater sit that in against Harris, and Harris wasn't even phased. Proves these kids are tough. Robinson coming down to Clater. Back up the top key with Hopkins. Back out to Robinson again. Into Jusic. Up into Clater. Fade away hook. Incomplete. Number 54 try to rebound. Also missed. Coming back down once again. Back to the outside. Number 30. Into the center of the big man. Looking for the hook. And it is missed. Rebounded by number 54. That's his second board of the day. That's Austin. Oh, and he is intercepted. And, it's a wasted shot there. Number 30 made an aggressive move. That's King coming through to steal the ball, but unfortunately his momentum carried it out of bounds. So now here we go. Jusic bringing it down once more. Clater hanging to the inside. Takes it back out to the top. Out to Jusic once again. All the way across court to Clater. Back out to Robinson. Over to Jusic. Trying to get something to happen. Jusic up the middle. In for 2. His first score of the tournament. Slowly but surely, the Hornets are cutting the lead. Up for three. And that attempt was no good. Clater guarded it to make sure it goes out of bounds, so the Hornets would have possession. Austin going to inbound it to Clater. Jazz White checking in for Jusic. So Robinson bringing it up. Covered up by number 13, Travion. Clater up the middle. He's a strong player. That was deflected in off of Washington defender, number 13, Travion. Clater bringing it into Robinson. Popped out to Hopkins. Up to the middle. Driving into the paint. Looks like we got another foul by the Wildcats, and now they are in double bonus territory. Going to be 2 shots every time. That was on Sharp. And he is denied. He's shooting about 50% from the line now. Wonder if the tournament's getting to him or if he's just not quite warmed up yet. And he gets one. That's awesome. Clater puts one more on the board. Number 3 is checking the line, run to the outside. Clater tips it, goes out of bounds. Wildcats will still have possession. Into the big man up the middle. Kicked around back to the outside. Looks like the big guy has got a really mean fadeaway hook when he can actually take the shot, but they're covering him up really good up in the middle there. Number 54 and Clater and Austin double teaming him whenever he gets near that ball, which is a good thing because he's put a lot of points up already for this Washington team. Travion driving up the middle. Tried to pass to the big man. Went right through his hands. But it looks like it may have touched the Hornet, so the Wildcats are going to be able to inbound this. Travion to inbound. Guarantee you they're going to do their best to get to Wilson. Number 44 up on the inside. Couldn't find anything. Brings it back out to Travion. Up with the left-handed shot. In for 2. That was impressive. He switched that up and took a left-handed shot. Jazz White out in the back. Then there's Clater. Kicks it back out to White. Takes it to the top of the key. Shoots. And is partially blocked. Picked up by Wilson. Brings it back down to number 35. That's Sharp. In for 2. His first score of the period. And it looks like, yes, another foul drawn up the middle there. Another 2 shots for Clater at the line with 0.3 seconds left to play in the second period. They're keeping it close within 7 points. Clater has a chance to bring 2 more to him. And there's one. He's bringing his free throw percentage back up. And there's 2. That is the end of the first half, folks, with your score 26-21 in favor of the Washington Wildcats. Folks, we're going to take a little audio break here. I'm going to be coming back in 10 minutes. And remember, this tournament is 3 days long. This is only the second day. So it's going to be exciting. Just pay attention and watch Because I guarantee you'll see some of these kids at the higher levels into college, and looking forward to watching them grow in their careers. So we'll see you back in 10 minutes. Okay, folks, sorry about that. We had some audio difficulties, and the audio difficulties was me feeding my face. I got to tell you, I have seen the light. I don't rarely get religion, but there's some really good barbecue here. So if you're within the sound of my voice, you need to come on down to Leavenworth High School and enjoy this tournament. So right where we left off, 21-26, they switched sides of the court here. Robinson up, tried to make something go down. It didn't happen. Whoa, that one tipped way high. A little too high for anybody to catch. But Washington will have possession. Number 13, Trevelyan. I've been corrected in my pronunciation. Will be inbounding. Guarantee you they'll be trying to get into Wilson. He has been very effective for them tonight. Number 20 in for his first of the night. That's Joppa in for a score for the Wildcats. All the way down to Clater. Only two defenders to beat. Goes right in, straight up the paint. Easy layup for Clater. He just went in and said hello. He's also in double digits. The only Hornet in double digits right now. And there's Wilson with an answer for that. Jusic is checked back into the game. And number 30 with the steal, drives it up all the way down to Trevelyan, up for the layup, and it is good. Yeah, that's another two. That's 6 points on the game for him so far. Clater with one to beat, drives up the paint, dishes it out to Hopkins. Deflected by number 20, so it'll still be the Hornets' ball. That was Joppa on the deflection. Like I was saying, folks, there's some really good food here, some good camaraderie going on. Saw some kids that I haven't seen since they were in elementary school. They're growing up just like these guys are here on the court. And nothing more rewarding than seeing a good kid become a great kid. Clater with possession on the outside, dishes it out to White, up the top of the key, and it is not good. Rebound by Trevelyan, up and deflected. Deflected and rejected by Robinson. Wildcats to be inbounding. Trevelyan into Wilson. And Wilson's going to go to the line. And it looks like it's going to be two shots at the line. First time to the line today for Wilson. All his action today has been in the paint. And he's in good for one. And it's kind of not fair when you're that tall. You can almost reach up and just drop the ball in the basket. Coming from a short guy like me, I'm sure that doesn't mean much. And in for two, so he's shooting 100% at the line right now. And Williams checking in for Wilson. Jazz White surrounded in the back there. Back over to number 50 is deflected, picked up by Williams. Bringing it down the line here. Kicked out to number 35, Sharp. All the way across, almost into the bleachers. Back out to number 35. Up in the middle, the big number 20, Joppa, in for two more points. So Washington not resting on their laurels. They want to increase this lead as much as they can. Going all the way down to number 50. That is Vanderbreck, excuse me. Vollebrecht, there we go. Up for the easy layup. That's 2 points. Back to the outside, number 35, Sharp, kicking it back into the middle to Williams, excuse me. It looks like he got a jump ball. Let's see who comes down with it. Washington. Washington will have possession. Mays checking back into the game. Also number 22, that's Gaines. Limited action tonight for him. Immediately kicked to the outside for three, and it comes down unsuccessful. Claytor with the pickup. Games becoming very physical. Jazz White on top of the key there. Out to Claytor. Claytor trying for the hook, was dejected. And gets his own rebound, kicks it out one more time, out to Jazz White. Floats out to the free throw line. Hopkins on the outside, back out to Robinson. Valbrecht on the inside trying to cover up and block somebody. Hopkins on the reverse, up and in, good for two. Mays on the backside, kicks it out to number 22. In the jump up in the middle of the paint, back out to 22. He's left wide open, in for three. That's Gaines, actually his 5th points of the day. He had 2 in the first period, excuse me. Up to the inside, back into Hopkins. Covering up the ball. And it's going to be possession Hornets on that. Good heads-up play. So right now, the Wildcats leading the Hornets 39-27. Claytor to inbound. Probably going to be looking for White. Yep, there he is on the outside. Out for three. Partially tipped, but no good nonetheless. Mays comes up with the rebound. Coming down the line. Up for Hopkins. Boop, down for three. Three more. Excuse me, that was Allen. Allen with the three. So now the lead is 42-27 in favor of the Wildcats. And looks like they're behaving themselves on the foul trouble now because they have not had any in this third period. Remember, folks, 810 Sports, 810varsity.com. You'll be able to pick up all these games in the archives as well from this series. And it is an 8-team tournament. It will be going into tomorrow. Well, all places will be decided. Every team will get 3 plays. They will get 3 games. So it's not like they come in, they lose once, and they're gone. They have the winning bracket and what they call the consolation bracket. Citizens National Bank, of course, wants to make sure that everybody gets to play, and they've been a proud sponsor of this since 1995. So we are very grateful for them keeping the hometown spirit going. Later tonight, Leavenworth Pioneers will be playing against Raytown South Cardinals. Leavenworth is ranked, I believe, number 6 in the state right now. And they're looking to improve on it the best they can. Right now, Claytor has the ball. Covered up on the outside, fades back for a jumper. No good. Covered up and brought down by Mays. It was recovered by Allen. Kicked out the number 22, Gaines, once again. Back out to Mays. To Allen once again. Back out to Gaines. Looks like they're playing a little back and forth on us. Number 15, Allen in for the 2. A little premonition work there for you folks. Hope you like that. And that was Robinson up for the take and pass, but unfortunately went the wrong direction. Back out Allen, number 45, is checked back into the game. Very dangerous up the middle. And that ball is rebounded by Austin. Rebounded by number 50, Volbrecht. Out for 2 for Robinson once again. That is the Hornets taking another timeout. Score is now 29-44 in favor of the Wildcats. And just a little side note, folks, LeavenworthTimes.com and 810varsity.com have now joined forces for all the Leavenworth County sports that are going to be going on for the upcoming foreseeable future. So you'll be able to check 810varsity.com or LeavenworthTimes.com and check out the sports links to be able to link up to catch these games. It's a good partnership. We're looking to build the hometown feeling and grow it as big as we can. So welcome, LeavenworthTimes.com, to the 810varsity.com family. And here we go. It's going to be Allen inbounding to Mays. Once they get everything squared away, it's a minute 37 left in the third period. This game's far from over. There's lots of time left. A whole other period. And it becomes more like a chess match now than it was ever before. Number 22 up to the side. And a possible pass for the big man Wilson, but unfortunately it was off the rim a little bit too much. Up to the inside. Covered up as Hopkins and draws the penalty. No, it's traveling. He took a walk. So Wildcats will get possession back. Mays bringing it back down one more time. Back out to Mays once again. Up for another three. It's Allen, and he gains, and he drops it in. That's 2 3-pointers for Gaines tonight. And Robinson drops it down for 2. May is looking to slow it down, let the big man get in position up in the paint. Now they got both of them in there, Williams and Wilson. So they got 2 big threats right up in the paint right now. Dish it back to the outside, back out to Allen, back over to Mays once again. Looking to let it run down some. And in high school basketball, there is no shot clock, so they're okay. They don't have to worry about that type of a penalty. Mays once again grabbing it, popping it to the outside to number 15, up and no good. Rebounded by Mays, still no good, and the time runs out. Into the third period, 31-47 in favor of the Wildcats right now. And just remember, folks, we have a lot of sponsors that come up here. Danny Zeck Ford has been a fixture in Leavenworth County for decades. Derek and Dustin Zeck are the third generation of Zeck serving the Leavenworth and Kansas City car shopping area. Danny Zeck Ford in Leavenworth, they not only believe in treating everyone like a very special customer, they practice it as well. It's a practice what you preach type of attitude. The goal is to make you feel comfortable while you are purchasing a new or pre-owned vehicle. Stop by anytime, 4105 Main Street, also known as the corner of 4th Street and Muncie, right across from the VA. And, of course, shop the entire inventory online 24/7 at dzford.com. Also, folks, another sponsor is the Corrections Corporation of America, also known as the CCA, the America's leader in partnership correction, the privatized jailers, if you will, operating over 60 facilities in nearly half of all the states in the United States, of course. Learn more about the CCA jobs at ccajobs.com. Apply for a rewarding position as a correctional officer, teacher, nurse, and others, just to name a few. So here we go, beginning of the fourth and final period. Kicked into the big man, Jop up the middle. Back to the outside, up for three. Is not good. Jusic comes up with it, driving up into the paint. And it looks like a little bit of a heavy-handedness there, so Washington is going to take over that. Inbounded by number 30, King. Looking to shut it down. Number 3 on the throw. Oh, it is no good. Almost rebounded. Picked up by number 54. Austin coming back down to number 15, Hopkins. Oh, and he misses the dunk. But covered up by Justick. Picked back up by Austin. Now Clater gets the ball and slows them down a little bit. Jazz White up in the paint, and Austin trying to close up and block off the big man. Dish back out to Hopkins. Up in front of Joppa, runs it in and rolls it off the left hand. 2 points. That was Hopkins once again. So the lead right now is 14 points for Washington. They've got nothing but time, and the Hornets are running out of time. So they have to keep the pressure on, make sure that they can try and recover this. Joppa with the rebound, with his own rebound as well. And it looks like Austin is called on the push there. So now the roles are reversed. It looks like the Hornets are going to be getting into foul trouble. Washington rolls that one in. 2 more. I believe that was Joppa on that. Oh! Looks like an offensive foul. That was Austin. A little bit of physicality there on Travion. So Barker checking in for Austin. King going to be inbounding to Travion. After Joppa with a short jumper. No good. Number 3 comes down with the Harris comes down with his first score of the night. Joppa, the big man in the paint, trying to block out, looking for a rejection for Juice, excuse me. And a quick press down the line, number 13, into number 11, in for the layup. That's London, that's Const London, his first actual score of the night. Double coverage on Clayton. White trying to stop from the loss of possession. Oh, and the ball almost goes in, rolls right off the rim. Back up, rebounded by number 30, King, in for another 2 for Washington. They're doing their best to run away with this now. Now the full-court press is coming down. Timeout taken by the Hornets. Going to be a full-minute timeout for them. And we were speaking about, the sponsors that we have here. Lisa Reese, whether you're buying or selling your home, Lisa Reese with Caldwell Banker Riley & Sons brings you professionalism with honesty, integrity, loyalty, and hard work. Lisa Reese will guide you step by step through the entire process. Call or text 913-240-6004 or visit online at lisareese.com. And I don't know if you were watching the games yesterday, folks, but that was a wonderful acrobatic move by one of our referees. He was taken out by number 23 of Leavenworth High School. He did a backflip with a half gainer. You really got to check that out when they archive the games. You need to pull that up and post it on YouTube or Twitter, whatever you want to do. But the referee is very proud of what he did. So with 5:18 left to play, it's 55-33 in favor of Washington Wildcats. Kicked in by Clayton. Hopkins at the top of the line here. Oh, and the ball is taken away by number 11. Driving forward, down comes Travion, and it is thrown out of bounds. That is a turnover that created another turnover. Kick back in. Here comes Jazz White. Going to try this one more time. Here we go. Number 41 is checked in. Borke has checked in for the Hornets. Slater to the outside, dishing it out to Robinson, top of the key. Back to the outside once again. Driving up in the middle. Is blocked by Big Joppa. Coming back down. Dish back out to Travion. All the way down to King. Into Big Joppa once again. In for two more. Big Moon putting the points on the board. He's up to 6. Jazz White on the outside. Kicks it into Robinson. Runs the top of the key. Tries for the hook. And it is no good. They call him for traveling. I don't know. That just looked like a really long step to me. But, hey, I'm not the one wearing the stripes tonight. So the Wildcats take it in, bring it in. Travion dishes it all the way down to King. Travion slowing it down. 4:10 left to play in the game. Hard charge up the middle. Brought through. Someone thought they were going to run over Big Joppa. It just did not happen. And we're coming down. Robinson with the ball. Little razzle-dazzle almost got him stuck. Jazz White in the middle. Kicks it back out to Clater. Now the sense of urgency is setting in for the Hornets. Hopkins on the top of the key, rolling around the outside. Dishes it back to Clater, who drives up the middle and is knocked down. And it looks like that one went off the defender, so the Wildcats, the Hornets will have possession for the inbound, and the Wildcats just traded out their entire team. 5 brand new faces out there, including Wilson, big number 45 up the middle. Robinson on the outside, kicks it to Hopkins, back to Clater. Now, they cannot afford to take their time here. They need to set their shots properly and get some more points on the board. Back out to Hopkins once again. And Clater driving up the pipe. Hook around to the backside, no good. Back out to Clater once again. And let's see who that one was off of. Looks like it was off of a Washington defender. So Clater will be inbounding for the Hornets again. Jazz White on the outside for 3, no good. Rebound coming down, rebounded by number 41. Kicked back in, back out to Hopkins. Once again out to Jazz White, goes to the top of key, fade out, and it's good for 2. Jazz White been very active. His points don't reflect it, but he's been very busy on both sides of the ball. Drive up the middle by Mays is no good. Rebounded by Robinson, coming down, in for White, back out to Robinson, up for the layup, no good, rebounded by number 41, still no good, draws the penalty, draws the foul. That's Borke, number 41, checked in here at the fourth quarter. Oh my goodness, the fourth period. So this will be the first trip to the line for Borke, almost like parquet, but not quite the same. Floats one in for the Hornets. And he's got both of them knocked down, 2 for the Hornets. Bringing the score 37-57 in favor of the Washington Wildcats. And big number 45, Wilson up the middle again. Fade back with the jumper, rebounded by number 14. That was Bassett with the 2-pointer, the 2-point assist. Oh, and a little razzle-dazzle on the reverse play-up. No going. Rebounded and picked up by Borke. Taken away. That's 4 points for the men in the fourth quarter. Mays bringing it down, slowing it down. 1:50 left to play in the game. Hornets keeping the pressure on the Wildcats. Big number 45 loses the ball in the middle again. Robinson picks it up. Full court press coming down the line. Shooter on the outside, that was Clater, and nothing but the wrong side of the net. He did not make it. Ball goes out of bounds, so now the Wildcats will have the ball. Jazz White checking out. Roop checking in for the fourth quarter. Mays coming down right now, slowing it down with 1:20 left to play. Kick to the inside off the fingertips of Bassett, so the Hornets will inbound. Jusic checking in one more time. Robinson taking a well-deserved break. Dished out to Bassett on the, Hopkins on the outside. Jusic one more time. Looking for his big shooters, which would be Clater and Hopkins right now. Roop on the outside trying to make it happen. Covering up as Clater with the easy lay-in. So 45 seconds left to play in the game. 59-41 your score right now with Mays in possession. Little razzle-dazzle by Mr. Mays. Kicked back out to Mays once again. Back to the outside. Number 22. Now they're putting the pressure on because they want to get the ball back. 18 seconds left to play in the game. Back out to Mays once again. Back to number 15. Out to the outside. Driving up the middle. They're just running out the clock now, folks. They're just going to shut this thing down now, folks. So your final is 41-59 in favor of the Washington Wildcats. So that was the end of that one, folks. This was a consolation game. Both these teams lost last night. So now they both move forward in different brackets. Washington will be playing for third or fourth place, where North Kansas City will be playing for 7th or 8th place. They played really hard tonight. Hope that they're not down on themselves because they all put their heart into this game. The Washington Wildcats will be facing off, oh goodness gracious, they will be facing off against Highland tomorrow. So tune in for that game. So folks, we'll see you back here in about 20 minutes when we go for the next game, which will be Hogan versus Nixa, which are both winners from last night. So this is a semifinal match that's coming up. So it should be a high-scoring game. Both teams beat their opponents last night by over 30 points. So expect a lot of action, a lot of pressure on both sides, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes. This is Harley Riddle signing off for the Leavenworth Pioneers Broadcasting Network on 810varsity.com.